Okay, let's dive right into this. I'm putting on my seasoned Agile coach hat today to guide you through a rapid-fire exam prep session. We're tackling the PMI ACP mock exam review, and we're zeroing in specifically on Domain 2, which is all about leadership. Let's get moving. Think of our agenda today as a sprint backlog. We'll be covering 4 key areas: fostering team collaboration, measuring servant leadership, coaching versus direct instruction, and finally, wrapping it up with the Agile leader mindset.
Section 1. Fostering team collaboration.
You know, our goal today isn't just to memorize a bunch of answers. We want to uncover the actual core logic behind the scenarios you're going to face. In the real world, and for sure on the exam, you'll be tested heavily on handling team dynamics. So here's our first mock scenario. A developer refuses to collaborate, preferring solo work. The Agile practitioner should... what? Take a brief second here. Think about how you'd react if this was your own team. Let's run through these options real quick. Is it A, accept the preference, B, encourage shared ownership, C, replace the developer, or D, assign isolated tasks? Now, traditional management, they might actually lean towards D, just assign isolated tasks to keep the person moving and get the work done, right? But remember, we need to lock into the Agile mindset here.
And the correct answer is B, encouraged shared ownership. The core logic here is absolutely crucial. Agile places an incredibly high value on cross-functional teamwork over isolated, siloed output. It's like in Agile, the team succeeds together or they fail together. So as a practitioner, you have to coach that developer toward a shared ownership model.
Right. Let's move on to the next really common collaboration hurdle, which is an escalating conflict between testing and development. The question reads, a conflict between QA and development escalates. The best immediate response is...
Okay, your options are A, assign blame, B, facilitate constructive dialogue, C, escalate to management, or D, separate responsibilities. Now, I want to point out right away that D, separating responsibilities just to avoid a fight, or C, immediately running to management, those are massive anti-patterns in an Agile environment. Don't fall for them.
The correct answer is B, facilitate constructive dialogue. You see, an Agile leader doesn't step in like a judge to assign blame. Instead, they act as a neutral facilitator. They create a safe space and guide the team to resolve their own issues together. Section 2, measuring servant leadership. Now, this topic really touches on the philosophical core of Agile management. It completely changes how we define success. So here's the question. A servant leader measures success primarily by what? Guys, this is a classic exam trap. It's specifically designed to test your ability to separate old-school command and control thinking from true Agile metrics. Are you measuring by A, team compliance, B, team growth and delivery capability, C, number of meetings held, or D, documentation produced? Please, don't fall for those output-based metrics. Counting the sheer number of meetings held or weighing the documentation produced, that is definitely not going to tell you if you're a successful servant leader. The answer is B, team growth and delivery capability. Now, what's really interesting about this is the fundamental shift from focusing on raw outputs, things like documents and meetings, to focusing on meaningful outcomes. Let's deepen this lesson for just a second. Servant leadership fundamentally improves team outcomes because it focuses on capability rather than simple compliance. Think about it. When a servant leader prioritizes team growth, the team naturally becomes more autonomous, highly skilled, and way better equipped to handle complex problems. Their delivery capability just organically increases because you've actually invested in the people, not just the process. Moving on to Section 3, coaching versus direct instruction. This dives into the critical distinction of how an Agile practitioner actually interacts with a team on a day-to-day basis. Here's our next scenario. Coaching differs from training because coaching... what? I want you to really genuinely think about the fundamental difference between these two seemingly similar activities.
Does coaching A, transfer predefined knowledge, B, draw insights from the learner, C, require a formal curriculum, or D, focus only on technical skills? Well, let's just quickly bypass those rigid curriculum and technical-only choices right off the bat, and let's look at the true Agile approach.
The correct answer is B, draws insights from the learner. Listen, I literally cannot stress this enough. This is the very essence of the Agile coaching mindset. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact difference, which really comes down to push versus pull. Training transfers predefined knowledge, right? It pushes information in. Coaching, on the other hand, draws insights from the learner. It pulls those insights out. As a coach, you aren't just there to hand the team the answers. You're there to ask the right questions so they discover the answers and, honestly, the capability within themselves.
Which brings us to Section 4, the Agile Leader Mindset.
Wow, okay, we have covered a lot of ground really quickly today. So let's bring all these rapid-fire lessons together into one cohesive philosophy. When you're faced with a solo developer, the core logic is to encourage shared ownership. When faced with an escalated conflict, we facilitate constructive dialogue. Our ultimate success metric is team growth and delivery, and our primary coaching focus is always to draw insights from the learner. You see, all of these correct answers stem from the exact same unified Agile leader mindset.
So the absolutely crucial point is this. Whether you're sitting for the PMI ACP exam tomorrow or you're leading your team at work today, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Are you just assigning tasks, or are you actually growing a highly capable team? Embrace the latter, and you'll master Domain 2 without a doubt. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and best of luck with your continued learning.